Another beautiful afternoon on the Savannah River here, looking at this courtesy of EarthCam. Beautiful day to be out on the river if you are lucky enough. We are up to 84 degrees currently here in Augusta, so a little bit warmer than yesterday. This is thanks to being up ahead of a cold front. So temperatures this afternoon around 7 to 8 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Not a huge warm up, but a little bit of enough to where you can notice it. Some spots struggling to make it out of the 70s though again this afternoon. 79 up in Wilkes County and Washington, 79 in Edgefield, and then the rest of us just kind of a mix of low to mid 80s. Through this evening, we're expecting dry weather to continue. Temperatures will be cooling off into the 50s again overnight. We'll have a look at some cooler air for the weekend in just a little bit.
All right, thanks, Riley. A heads up for parts of Edgefield County. There is a boil water advisory for some of you watching right now. Edgefield County Water and Sewer Authority says a utility contractor hit a water main on Martintown Road at DeLauder Drive. It's affecting more than a dozen streets right now. We're told they'll have the water back on in about 2 hours, and when it comes back on, you need to boil your water for at least a minute before you drink it or cook with it.
Aiken Regional is responding. GDOT announcing a new maintenance project coming to I-20 right near the Grovetown exit, and that part of the interstate has seen crashes 3 days in a row.
It's been so busy. It also includes the deadly crash Tuesday where 2 Atlanta area deputies lost their lives. Just yesterday, 2 people were hurt at a crash at that same exit. This is the aftermath of that. And then this morning, 2 more crashes in that same area. Only one of those today, though, involved injuries.
For that new maintenance project, GDOT says the work will be done from mile markers 190 through 192, and they'll do the work at night instead of during the day as they normally do. They say the work is aimed at fixing those traffic problems.
South Carolina
military bases. John Ossoff's radical socialist agenda is dangerous.
A South Carolina woman grieving the loss of her golden retriever wrote an obituary to his memory and then posted that on Twitter.
But she didn't expect it to go viral and touch as many people as it ended up touching. Matt Koufax has that story.
Sally Gregory Hammett says she wanted to send her dog Charlie off in style.
Just wanted something, to just be sort of cathartic and capture all the emotions that I was feeling, and then also just to remember all the little things about him, like his love of sticks and socks and peanut butter.
Her memorial was actually never published after she saw how much it would cost, but after some design work and encouragement, she shared the obit on Twitter.
We were on the way home from dinner, and I saw that a very large dog Twitter account had retweeted it.
In it, she writes about how she adopted Charlie 7 years ago. And just a couple weeks back on September 13th, he succumbed to aggressive lymphoma after what she says were, quote, 5 months of bravery.
He went with me everywhere. He went to work, he went hiking, he went tailgating at Clemson.
Sally says Charlie was there when she first met her husband, David. The two were married last May.
One of the things that I loved about her was Charlie. It was a definite plus. As I fell in love more and more with Sally, Charlie was always there too.
The couple say Charlie's final months were filled with as much joy and as many spoils as they could give him, including an early September beach trip.
He somehow held on long enough to make that beach trip, and it seemed like he used up all his last little bit of energy and juice.
Since sharing her story, Sally says her phone hasn't stopped ringing.
I had no idea that it would blow up the way that it did.
She says she will forever miss her first real-life companion, but is thrilled to share his story with the world.
Charlie is definitely immortalized now and has made his mark on so many people, just like he did on me and David.
What a great tribute to Charlie there. I love the puppy pictures the most, I think.
I know. And I think what touches all of us about this is we all have a Charlie. We all have a dog that was so important to us that we've lost along the way. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm getting all emotional. But I mean, Charlie is every dog, and we all want our dogs to be remembered. So good for her for doing that. Maybe it'll give other people the idea to do it too, and maybe theirs will go viral. It makes you feel good if somebody remembers them.
Yeah, great way to remember your dog. And Charlie had a smile. Dogs do smile.
They do.
You can see Charlie was smiling on a lot of those pictures. Riley?
And it's a great afternoon to maybe walk the pups if you are off work today. It is a beautiful afternoon for us. Clear blue skies. If you look closely, you can kind of see some high-level cloud cover way off in the distance. That is the front that's going to move through tonight for us. Not bringing any rain, but may bring a few high-level clouds late tonight. We are a little bit warmer this afternoon, up to 84 degrees. Tomorrow we are going to cool back off behind this cold front as soon as it moves through. So I mentioned that little bit of cloud cover we could see looking towards the northwest. This is the cold front just kind of stirring up those clouds, but not much in the rain department. Not expecting any rain into tonight, but as this moves through into early Friday morning, that is going to be cooling us off. Take a look at our morning low temperatures the next few days. Waking up Saturday and Sunday, we are expected to be in the mid to upper 40s, so some of the chilliest air we've seen so far this season. Next week, we see those average lows back into the mid to low 50s, but no real big warm-up in sight over the next 7 to 10 days. Tonight is officially the full moon. This will be the first full moon of 2 for the month of October. We have a blue moon later this month on Halloween. Clear skies for the most part right around moonrise. Officially starts at 7:30, but I'd hold out until around 7:50, 8 o'clock, let it get a little bit higher in the sky. Lows tonight are going to be getting cool behind that front, expected to hit the upper 40s if you're north of I-20. Will likely stay closer to 50 for us here across the metro. Those winds are going to be steady overnight out of the northwest, just as that front continues through. It could be a little bit breezy at times. You may hear those leaves rustling around. For your Friday afternoon, that front is well east of us. We start to see those winds turn out of the north, and below average temperatures expected tomorrow afternoon, with highs generally in the mid to low 70s for most of us. Perfect football weather tomorrow evening if you're heading out to those high school games. We're expecting game time temps generally in the 60s, clear skies, and not too much of wave breeze out there. Those winds should be fairly calm as well. Perfect camping weather this weekend. Clear skies and a crispness to the air early in the morning with those low temperatures down into the 40s for us. So fantastic. Maybe get a fire going for this weekend. Any plans next week? We're expecting a little bit of a warm-up. Those high temperatures get a little bit warmer back into the 80s by Tuesday, and those nighttime temperatures get a little bit warmer as well. But for the next 7 to even 10 days, no rain in the forecast.
Month of October. Riley, thank you. A couple of Georgia Bulldogs set their eyes on space to help scientists keep a better eye on Georgia. We'll show you how that works.
I'm Lindsey Graham, and I approve this message.
Don't miss this. The Atlanta Braves moving on into playoffs. The team beat the Cincinnati Reds today in Game 2 of their National League Wild Card Series. Yesterday, the two teams went into 13 innings before finally getting a Braves win. And today, the Braves knocked them off 5-0, ending the Reds season. It is the first postseason series win for the Braves since back in 2001. Next, they play either the Marlins or the Cubs in the National League Division Series.
All right, Braves. The world is wishing a big happy birthday to a former president and Georgia native. Jimmy Carter is celebrating his 96th birthday today. The Carter Center posted about his birthday on social media, and after that, of course, a lot of others joined in to celebrate. That includes the Braves Twitter account posting this great photo of him and Rosalind. On the Carter Center's website, you can also send him a birthday wish using a special online board. We told you earlier about...
There was a surprise virtual visitor at Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Check it out.
I hear I'm sitting next to Shaq. Oh, yeah. What's up, friends?
Yeah, last night Barack Obama appeared in the virtual crowd as the LA Lakers played Miami Heat in the NBA bubble. Obama stopped by to give a thank you to poll workers who participate in our election.
I love that video, but among the crowd with him, former NBA stars, he sat right next to former Lakers James Wrdw and Shaquille O'Neal right there on the front row. But how would you like to be in that crowd right there? It's a virtual crowd, but still the president's right there with you.
Yeah, you could say you sat next to the president.
Watch the game with friends.
I think that's fair. That's fair.
That's 2020, right?
Yeah.
All right, community calendar, great event going on this weekend. This Saturday, the Walk for Water is back, and it's going virtual. It raises money to help give people around the world access to clean water. The way it works this year, you register beforehand, then on Saturday you go out and walk and post to social media using the hashtag CSRA Walk for Water. This is to help raise awareness, and we have the link to register on our website. The great news is the weather looks fantastic this weekend for any events you have planned. If you're stepping out this evening, we're expecting comfortable temperatures and generally clear skies. A dry front is going to move through tonight, bringing us maybe a few clouds after midnight, but in general, not too bad whatsoever. For the day tomorrow, we're expecting to see plenty of sunshine again for us. We're going to wake up in the 50s, so not overly cool or hot, but just kind of comfortable. Later into the afternoon, highs below average in the 70s, and looking great for those Friday night football games as well.
Riley, thanks. The Golden Harvest Food Bank kicked off.
Our hearts are just absolutely breaking. Have you seen this yet? Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, they lost their baby boy following pregnancy complications. And I know so many women, so many families are probably looking at these pictures and going back in their own memory bank like I am, and you remember your own stories, but tough to look at some of these. You just feel for them. And she writes, we were never able to stop the bleeding and give our baby the fluids he needed despite bags and bags of blood transfusion. It just wasn't enough. But the couple was about halfway through the pregnancy, and our thoughts are certainly with them. Voting rights organizer Anthony Fauci has urged everyone 6 months and older to get that flu vaccine. Thousands of airline workers bracing for job cuts today. American and United Airlines together are set to furlough 32,000 workers. Federal aid to airlines ends today, and that aid required airlines to keep their employees. The airlines have been negotiating with the government to try to get more federal aid, but so far Congress has not reached a new deal. JetBlue launching Be an Early Holidayer this week. This initiative offers travelers big deals through its digital platform. The discounts include $50 off per person on holiday flights and $300 off per flight and hotel package. And these are for flights booked for November 19th all the way through January 5th. You can find that deal when you book a flight through JetBlue Vacations. Retail chain H&M plans to close 250 stores next year. The company says the pandemic really played a role because a lot of shoppers are shopping online. H&M has 5,000 stores worldwide, so the cuts account for about 5% of its stores. The Washington Monument reopening